Okay, so we have, I think we have written down these points, all right? So, and I asked you to draw this diagram at home, as I remember. So today we are going to start writing the things from the NIC, and we have already discussed the devices regarding the network the last time we met. So let's quickly write down these things, right? So we will be able to finish up this as soon as possible. So yeah, have the subheading network interface card. So hold on. Yeah. So under the same topic, the Roman number 1, network interface card. Yeah, you can write down both the lines. Okay, are we done? Okay, Udana, keep writing. Okay, is there anyone still writing this? Otherwise, we can continue. Okay, so moving forward. Yeah, let's write about the switch and hub. You can write these things as point form, people. Act as mediator. And under the differences between switch and hub. Okay, one is done. How about the others? Anyone who is still writing? Okay, keep writing, people. So let me know when you're done. Okay. Is there anyone who is still writing? All right, so moving forward. The wireless fidelity. Yeah, people on the topic, it's better you say Wi-Fi access point, right? This is going to be, right? Take this as the heading, people. So wireless fidelity, you can put within brackets Wi-Fi access points, right? Then you can write this as the content. Yes, Rison, the subheading is going to be Wi-Fi access points. Then this marked area is going to be the description. Yes, Udan, about your question, like, I think you are referring to the wireless fidelity, like the access points, right? So like the Wi-Fi, the wireless fidelity is made out of radio waves, Udan. That is what they are trying to say. Like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and all these things are like it's kind of a radio wave, right? That's what it says, Buddha. Those are using different kinds of frequencies. Yeah, I hope my little one's video playing is not a disturbance for you. Like, but if it is giving you any disturbance, just let me know, people. Right? She's there with me. So right about the router as well, I have highlighted the things. Let me know when you are done, right? Okay, so anyone who is still copying this? Okay, so moving forward, here we come to talk about the modem. And once you are done up to this point, people, I'll write the next point. So you can take this one as the first point and this one as the second point. And the third point, I'm going to read it for you, right? So let me know when you're done with these 2 points. Okay, one is done. How about others? Okay, so write the third point in this manner. Modem can convert digital signal to an analog signal, digital signal to an analog signal, digital signal to an analog signal. Within brackets, write the word modulation like it shows here, right? Like M and O, they make it a little bit bolder, right? So write the modulation word exactly like this. Then close the bracket, then say and analog signal into digital, and analog signal into digital. Within brackets, write the demodulation, this word. Yeah, Maritu, the one I was saying is modem can convert digital signals into analog. So within brackets, I told you to write modulation, then close the bracket and analog signal into digital signals. Within brackets, you have to say demodulation. Write it exactly like this. Okay, after that, you can write the highlighting part. Yes, Rison. So after the sentence I told you, then you are going to write this. Okay, one is done. How about others? Okay, one is done. How about others? All right. Okay, can we move forward? Are we done? Is there anyone who is still writing? Okay, so moving forward, so here we are going to talk about the client and server architecture. So it's a simple architecture. I mean, like we can talk about this in a many deep manner, but here this client server network or the client server architecture is simply described, right? So client server network or client server architecture is kind of a network where there are computer or some particular computers to provide the services which we call the server computers. As you can see that they are showing a particular picture over here. He is the one who is providing these services. So that particular computer is called a server. There can be one particular computer like this, or there can be many. Many means like not in big numbers. There can be 2, 3, or 4 kind of server computers. So through a network, there will be other computers that can be big in number. That means like there can be 10 to 15 or 20 or 32, like there can be many. They are called the clients. Why they are called the clients? Because they are going to receive the service which is provided by the servers. So if a service is given by a computer, it is called a server computer. If that service is received by a computer, that is called a client computer. Right? So now what are the things that the server computer can serve? It can serve many different things. Majorly, this particular servers can serve the applications, right? That means if you take a word processing software as an example, we can install the word processing software into the server computer, and with some network configurations, these client computers will be able to use that software which is installed into the server computer through the network. So the particular application installed into the server computer, so that server computer is serving that application to the client computers. So they will be receiving the service. So unlike the computers that we are using, these client computers does not need to install those kind of softwares to use them. If the server computer has the application, these clients can use that application. So the beauty of this, or the advantage of this, is by installing one particular application into a server computer, we can allow the clients to use that same particular application as they want. And it doesn't mean when a one client is using a one particular application, same thing is given or same thing is given to the other client. It is not like that, right? මෙයාට වෙන word එක use කරනකොට මෙයාට පුළුවන් word processing software එක use කරන්න for his purpose, for his workings, and this client can use the same application for a different work. It is something very similar when you are using a Google Drive softwares like Docs to do your own work, right? So now these are my Google Docs that I am having under my Gmail address. So if you visit to your Gmail address and visit to the Drive, Google Drive, you can find the same application, the Docs, but it's the same application that you and me is using, but this Docs belongs to me, and the Docs that you are using belongs to you. So, but the same document, the same application is provided by the Google server. It's a one particular big server computer, which is providing the same application for me as a client, as well as for you as another client, right? So again, we are using these things through the internet. So it is a network. So in that network, me, you are going to be the clients. The Google server is going to be the server computer. Is that clear, everyone? That is what you call the client server network.
Yes.
Yes, everyone? You got the point?
Yes, sir.
Right, great, great. Okay, so let's write about the client server architecture, like the client server network. So let's have the heading client server network. Yeah, people, let's write it like this. First, you have to write this uh, sentences, right? Actually, there's only one sentence. Write this sentence. Then after, you are going to write this, right? So the orange color one goes first as the first point. The blue color one goes as the second point. Let me know when you're done, people. Okay. Is there anyone who is still writing? All right. So moving forward. So here we are going to talk about the type of computer networks. So it's simple, and majorly there are three things, or like three kind of computer networks, which we call LAN, MAN, and WAN. LAN is stands for local area network. MAN is stands for metropolitan area network, and WAN is stands for wide area network. Right? So local area network. Now this categorization is done based on the geographical location, right? So like if the network spread on a small geographic location, it is called a local area network. And when the computer network spread in a very big geographical area, that is called a wide area network. So the best example is internet. Now, through the internet, I can connect with someone who lives in USA, right? United States of America. So it's a very big distance that we have geographically. So, but if I am talking to a person through the internet who is living in USA, we are connected. So there is a network in between two of us, right? If we are having when we are having a video conference, like spread all over the country or spread all over the globe, It is again people connecting together from a very surrounding a very big geographical area. So it is called a wide area network. So local area network is not like that. It's something small, right? It can be a small room. It can be a laboratory which is there in your school. Right? It can be a one particular floor of a building. So those are called local area networks. So it is small in geographical area, and the wide area network is big in geographically. So in between, not small as LAN, but not big as WAN, those networks are called the MAN, Metropolitan Area Network. Like we generally say metropolitan area network is consisting a small number of LANs together, right? Like when your school is having let's say 3 different computer labs. If those 3 different computer labs are being connected with each other, so computer labs individually, we can say those are LANs. And when those computers are connected with each other, so we can call that 3 networks together as a MAN, which is a metropolitan area network, which you can see majorly in the universities, in some corporations. They can find the metropolitan area networks, right? So remember, it is based on the geographical distribution, or like the geographical area that they are consuming. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So let's write about this type of computer networks. And then after, you can draw the diagram straight away. So draw this diagram. Then after, we'll write about the clarifications. Udan, generally we say that only 20 devices will be the optimal number of connecting with the router to share an internet connection. That is because, like, not that it cannot, not that it can't connect more devices than 20, but it will make the connection more slower when there are many devices connected to it, right? And again, don't misunderstand people. The router that you can find at your home has many different functionalities, right? That router has the switching functions, the modem functions, the routing functions, and there are some advanced functions called DHCPs and all these things, right? So it's kind of a device which get lot of services together, right? Yes, Malitu, you have to draw the diagram. Like, meanwhile, I'm answering the question of the Udan. So let me know when you are done, people.
So I wrote the heading, and next what should we write?
Come again, Buddha.
So I wrote the heading. Should we draw
Yeah.
this diagram?
Yeah. You must. You should draw the diagram. Okay, one is done. How about the others? Okay, is there anyone who is still writing? All right, so moving forward. Yeah, so local area network. Regarding that, let's write it like this. Yeah, you have to take everything down, people, so it's much better. All right, one is done. How about others? Anyone who is still writing? Okay, are we done? Anyone who is still writing? Okay.
Useful not.
Okay, can we move forward? Malitu, are you done, Puta?
This is a little.
Okay, moving forward
It's not small.
about the wide area network.
This is not ugly. This is not ugly.
Oh, hello. Right. Okay, one is done. How about others? All right, can we move forward?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, so I'm moving forward. All right, then we are going to learn about network topologies. Now, why such thing called network topology? It is because the network topology describes how to create a local area network. Now, we have learned three types of networks in the previous section, which is LAN, WAN, and MAN. So from that, the local area network, the one which arranged in a small geographical area, which is called the local area network, and how those things can be arranged, those ways will be described by the topologies, right? So there are many different topologies in the world. You are given, I think, 5 major topologies in your book. So the first one that they introduce in you is the star topology. It is called a star topology not because it is arranged like a star, right? It is like we have given the name star topology to recognize that easily, but it is not a must to arrange things like a star, right? The logic behind this is to become some network a star topology, it must have a central device. So as the central device, we use either a switch or a hub. So all other computers and the devices are going to connect to that central device. So that means in case someone draws something like this, so like this rectangle indicates the central device, and the circle indicates the devices or like the PCs that we are connecting. Still, this is also can be called as a star topology because it has a central device and all the other devices are connected through that central device. So for this central device, it is either a switch or a hub can be used. So when the devices are connected through a switch or a hub, we can address that as a star topology. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Right, okay.
Oh, hi.
Now, when it comes to the bus topology, the critical point or the important fact is there is this central line which is called the bus. This is what you can see as the bus. People, just excuse me for a second. Right. Okay. Sorry for that, people. So there is this central line which we call the bus, and that central line, all the devices are connected like this. So the central line is called the bus, and it has these two endpoints which we call the terminators of the bus, right? Which indicates the end of the bus line. So like this, you are going to connect your computers or the devices like printers into the bus. So whenever a particular device needs to communicate with another device, the communication will take place coming to the bus and moving along the bus and receiving to the specific device. All right. So that is how the bus topology is working. And again, people, when we are comparing the bus topology and the star topology, bus topology is very easy to establish as well as the star topology, but bus topology can contain a very few amount of devices. Unlike the star topology is having the ability of containing like 40 to 60 amount of devices. But when it comes to the bus topology, it may go maximum of 10 devices because like when the more devices are being connected to the bus, it creates an unwanted traffic inside it, right? It's very practical if you think about the bus topology by mapping it with the road that we are traveling in our day-to-day life. So like more vehicles are on the street means more traffic. Likewise, more messages are flowing from the devices into the bus means there will be a lot of devices along the bus, a lot of messages along the bus, which will create a traffic. So when the devices are increase in number, there will be more messages on the bus. That means it will create more traffic. But it is very good to have, it for a small amount of devices, right? Like 5 to 10 devices, it will do good. Okay, is that clear, everyone? How the bus topology works?
Yes, sir.
Right, okay. So then I'm moving to the ring topology. So the ring topology is something specific, or like something special when it comes to that particular network. So it is having a one particular device, and that device is connected with only two devices. Like so, likewise, it will form a ring. And again, even though the name is ring, it is not a must to arrange these things in a circular manner, right? You can create a ring topology like this as well, right? So it's not the shape that matters, it's the logic or the method that they have used to connect the devices. So this is also called a ring topology, right? So what's the attribute, or what's the characteristics of this ring topology? One device is connected with two more devices from both of the sides. So, and again, when it comes to the ring topology, the communication direction happens either clockwise or the counterclockwise. That means on this to this side or to this side. And remember, you cannot configure a ring topology to do the communication in both the ways. Like for one particular network, either you should configure it to communicate in clockwise, or you should configure it to communicate in counterclockwise, right? And again, in case any particular damage has happened to any particular connection, in most of the cases, the entire network is down. That means you won't be able to communicate with the network, or you are given some particular devices to be communicated with each other, but not the rest. Like if this line is breakdown, if the data flows on to this side, so communication in between these two computers are possible, but communicating in between these two computers are not possible, right? Because though it can be communicate like to this side, it can't communicate to this side. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ computer එකට මෙයාට message එකක් එවන්න පුළුවන්. මේ විදිහට නෙවන්න තියෙන්නේ. But if this one needs to send a message to this computer, its road is blocked, right? So that kind of disadvantages can be there. And I'm moving to the next one as well. I hope the ring topology is clear for you. And there is another one called tree topology. Now, tree topology is a collection of previous topologies. And you can see there is a bus. This is a bus that you can see. All right. And to the bus, what you can see here is, if you take these things alone, these are performing a star topology. A central device is there and the other devices are connected to it. This is acting as a part of a bus, and these are alone acting as a star topology. So tree topology is like a collection of a bus and a star, or sometimes you can connect a bus with a ring topology as well. Like we can take a one line from here and you can manage a ring as well, likewise. Right, so tree topology means it's kind of a complex topology and a collection of different kinds of topologies. And the mesh topology means the most complex topology, as well as it costs you a lot. But it is very good for the communication because it has many different paths to send a message from one device to another, right? As you can see in the picture, there are many ways that a one computer can connect with another. So if you think about this, it has this particular direct connection with this computer. If not, it can move to this computer and move to this one. If not, it can move to this over here, and from here to here, and from here to there, right? As well as it can move like this as well. So it's like having a connection from one particular computer to all other computers in the network. So even though it is very efficient or like very communication effective, it costs you a lot because you have to have separate communication lines to each and every computer from each and every computer, right? So it's very costly, but in some practical situations, we have to have that kind of communication. When like if you think about a broadcasting station, it's a must to have a good communication between the centers or the broadcasting hubs. So it's good to have like many more alternative ways to reach from one device to another. Okay, people, are we clear with the topologies?
Yes, sir.
Right. Great. So let's quickly write about these things. So have the heading network topology. So I'll move a little by little, people. Let me know if you miss anything, right? And people, it's better you draw the picture. Keep the space to draw the picture at home, right? How the star topology and how the bus topology is working. You really don't need to draw like the computer kind of shapes. You can simply use a square or a circle to indicate the device, right? And it's better you name it more carefully, right? And you don't need to draw this star like there is a star watermark kind of a thing, no? So you don't need to write it like that, right? Just the shape.
So you have to just draw the diagram.
Yeah, just draw the diagram, nothing else, right? Okay, I'm moving to the ring topology as well. So if you miss anything, just let me know, right? Dilandya, bus topology, the Sinhala meaning, it's called the it's the same name that they are using, bus spalakaya. Topology means spalakaya, so they are just using bus spalakaya, and for the star topology they use taru spalakaya. Likewise. Okay, I'm moving forward. Oh, no, we have to move to the other page. So let me know when you are done with this, people. So have the Roman numbers in a correct order, people, because I think they have messed with the Roman numbers. It's like ring topology is supposed to be the third one. Okay, can we move forward? Is there anyone who is writing about the ring topology? Okay, Malitu. Okay, Malitu, let me know when you are done. Okay, moving forward. And people, in the last point, you have to start it with the word can control each network individually. All right, so let me write it for you over here. So like can control each network individually. Yes, Rizwan, it's better you keep the spaces. Right, so after writing the mesh topology, you can leave the session. So complete the mesh topology and please complete the diagrams. So before we meet next week. So we are only left with a few things in this lesson. So hopefully we will be able to finish it by next week, definitely. Then we'll move to a practical lesson, right? Since we have done two theory lessons, I'm having the idea of going to start the Microsoft Word, the practical lesson, right? So thank you very much for today, people. So I'll see you next week for the very same time. So complete the note and then you can leave.